Hi, I'm Regina Davis.
And I'm Patrick Coleman. Welcome
to Entrepreneurship, Wisdom to Wealth. This is definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on. So I thank you so very much because, as we talk about, this entrepreneurship and wisdom to wealth, that sort of thing, we need to, it's a health. It's not just our money. It's not, we have to have wisdom in our health, and we want to be rich like in that. And that's the only way that we can actually do the things that we're doing. So your company is called Soca and Spirit, correct?
Yep, Soca and Spirit. That's it.
Soca and Spirit. So tell us a little bit about that, and then just how your journey began as an entrepreneur and where you are today. And I mean, you're so awesome. You have these books and everything that are really what you just told us to breathe, and it's okay. Books filled with that. So go ahead.
Wow, that's a lot of questions, y'all. That's a whole lot of stuff. We're going to have a good time in here. I'm glad to be here. I just want to say thank you. I did a little prayer before I even came on, and I just pray that you all be blessed, and that any opportunities that are for you would just come with ease, and that what you need this to be is going to be. So, like I said, a deep breath to everybody. We're exactly where we're supposed to be right now. I believe that. Now, Soca and Spirit is my company. And soca is a Caribbean music. It's very fast most of the time. And there are a lot of values associated with the music, but in general, it's about living life, enjoying, experience happiness, let go, be free, accept yourself. Everybody is beautiful. That's really what it's about. And people in the Caribbean dance to this music at carnivals, but around the world, people listen to it all the time. It's just about good vibes. So I feel like I'm a mix of those two things. This fun, get crazy, have a good time, and be free. But also, I'm all about God and spirit and universe and all that stuff. So everything that I do is about helping people listen inside to get their spiritual guidance and then make a plan to apply it to their practical life. What can I tell you? You said you wanted to know about my entrepreneurial journey and where I really began?
Yes.
Well, let me just keep it real with y'all. I was working in corporate in 2008 at Burger King Corporation. And at the time, I loved the job, but I just wasn't very happy in the corporate environment. To be honest, it was just a regular corporate environment. It was just tough on my soul. It's one of those places where if somebody didn't like what you were doing, they would copy 37 people on an email instead of just coming to you. It was little stuff like that that just dug me. And eventually I caught myself getting migraines and feeling ill and having a lot of anxiety and on the border of having ulcers. So I said, I can't live like this. So I went on a trip to Vegas with my company, and there was a book in the drawer. It was Conrad Hilton, Be Our Guest, the guy that founded Hilton Hotels. And in short, reading that got me really excited about maybe doing this marketing thing for myself. So I left the company after a year of planning, started my own marketing business. It was 2008, and you know what happened then? It was the big recession. So big fat fail. Yes, a marketing company failed. And I went back to work for a little while, and then eventually ended up working in my family business and becoming a coach. But during that time, a lot of things happened in my life. And one of the things that happened is I started finding God in new places. I started finding God at the beach and out in nature when I was taking a walk. And I started learning that God could talk to you, because I'd never learned that before. We talk and pray and say, hey, we want this and we want that. But I hadn't learned that you can hear God talking to you. So I started developing a skill that taught me how to have a conversation, and then how to get specific business advice and guidance about anything, social media, your marketing, anything you want. So I became a coach. I started teaching people how to listen in, get answers, and take action. That's what I do now.
Wow, that's exciting. Steph, you touched on something that I live every day. The God piece. That's something that most entrepreneurs, it's kind of like a hidden foundation for them, but they really don't, like you said, go ahead and breathe and woosah. That is something that, hearing from within to pretty much live outside of that. And I love that. What would be that one thing, Steph, if you sat in front of an audience, like a TED Talk, what would be that one thing to wrap it up on your way off that TED Talk that you could share with your listeners and those that are viewing? What's that one thing that you want them to take away from what it is that you have learned through your journey?
I love that you asked me that question. This is how God works. It's so funny because just this morning I was doing some self-work and I said, if I only had 1 week left to live, what would be the 3 things I just had to share? What would be the 3 gifts I wanted to leave behind so somebody else's life could be better? And so it kind of answers your question. My 3 things would be, number 1, connect. God is just waiting to talk to you and help you with the practical, simple things and the great big visions and dreams that you have, but you got to know how to listen. The second thing is, y'all need to get out there and live. Listen, joy and living and taking chances and dancing when people are watching. Who cares?
Speak on that thing.
Something about the joy and the fun of life is what people are missing, and that is actually another connector to get spirit working with you more easily. And the third thing is find peace in every day. That me time, that's serious business. That's not a bunch of crap. That is empowering you to be open and prepared and ready to receive what you're supposed to be getting. Because I want to say this about entrepreneurship and having a business. This is something nobody told me. This stuff is hard. Listen, I just want to keep it real. This stuff is hard. There are days when you are really wondering what is going on. I know Regina's been in business a really long time, and it's great to see all the accomplishments that people have, but I'm sure she would tell you too, and Marcus, you probably know this as well. So there are days you're sitting in your house on the edge of tears or frustration. Should I quit? Do I get a job? What am I gonna do? And it's ups and downs, ups and downs. But I know this, if you can open up and hear with your heart and listen to what God's trying to tell you, you'll always be able to figure it out. So just hold on. So those be my messages. That's what I would say.
Live, dance, and peace.
Yep, Steph, we would love for you to come back and to give us more of that inspiration and energy that you have. But I also wanted to ask you, where can we find your books? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so I have 2 books. One is called Happy Ain't That Hard, because no matter what it looks like on the outside, I think I was actually born more of a pessimist, believe it or not, the girl that always saw things half empty. And it took me a long time to learn that anybody can be happy. It's learning basic skills to become happy. So I wrote a book about it because I wanted it to be simpler than it was for me. So Happy Ain't That Hard is available on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. And the other book is called Soul Shift, Easy Ways to Be Happier, Healthier, and Whole. I really wrote that book. It's so funny. It came as a result of just writing a post, 10 things I learned after having cancer. I had breast cancer and I'm well now, 10, 11 years later, feel great. So it was the little life lessons that I learned along the way. And it's really a lot of self-forgiveness, living life, feeling joyful, asking for help. It's working on the inside so you can be your best on the outside. So Soul Shift is also available on Amazon, both in printed copy and in Kindle copy. You can pick that up. You can visit my website, stephstanford.com. That's it. You can find me on Instagram also, The Steph Stanford, and Facebook, Stephanie Stanford.
All right, thank you. Thanks
you
again
so
for
much,
coming.
Steph.
Thanks again for sharing.
Thank you all so much for having me. I appreciate this. We need y'all. Thank you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We need you too.
Absolutely.